Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We're having little technical difficulties here today. It's a little odd. I'm not sure what's up with the internet, but it's being the internet. So here we go, and if we get interrupted, just hang tight in there. I don't know, it bounces in and out, but we're hanging in there ourselves. So let's look at the dollar index on J4X right there, and you can see it, moving down, 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 down. And happy to hump date, everybody. So it is a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And what else can we say about the dollar index? It just, they believe interest rates are coming down. There's talk of cuts again, more today than yesterday. It just does not stop. It's perpetual at this point. There is, and people are going, money managers, there are some money managers that are looking at it and they're saying, wait a minute here, this, what is this all about? How are they, what do you mean they're going to start cutting rates? It's like very confusing. We just got done fighting inflation. Inflation is still high. It's double what it was under Mr. Trump. And I know the media doesn't want to remind you of that it's more than double, almost triple what it was under Trump. And now they're going to start cutting rates. And I don't hear enough people say because of elections. That's right, right? I mean, that's why, buy your vote. Yeah, that's exactly what it comes down to. Nothing more, nothing less. So, and we have the GDP numbers coming out in over an hour, which we're going to try to get ready for it also at the same time. So, the pressure is on for the markets to make that move in that direction. In other words, and as you can see it here, from the what we have listed. Oh, you can't see it. Let's check it out. You can see it on J4X on our beta, which we also have a problem. I've noticed it's been so accurate on everything, and some internals are shifting on the gold. When we get to the South African rand, we'll take a look at that. But there you go. You can see that strength is down, and it's been so accurate on everything but gold. It was fighting gold. The daily was working fine, but the weekly is not. So we're going to have to go and look at that code on that. And then when we go over to here, there's that mountaintop situation right there. And you can see yesterday they really took it down. It's trying to lift up a little bit today. Markets are, the interest rates are, being, I guess you could say, let's get the chat line up. I don't have the chat line up. I just realized that. Let's get that chat line up. So, where's the chat line? Sorry about that, traders. Didn't realize I didn't have the chat line up. Went over to see if anybody asked anything, and it wasn't there. Can you see me now? There we are. So, the dollar is, moving down slow and steadily, and it doesn't seem to have any necessity to do anything but that, as long as, as long as we have this, I guess, expectation. Hey, Robin, having some technical difficulties here. The internet's been acting wacko. Let's see how long we last on this. I hope it's long. At one point, I lost it for like 45 minutes. And I don't know if they're working on something or doing something. I don't know what it is. But in the end result is that, we'll just keep on broadcasting until we don't broadcast. That's what it really comes down to. So, anyhow, I mean, the money managers are really thinking that the Fed is going to, just start loosening up, which is really wild. And we've just seen the inflation rate still almost triple that it was under Mr. Trump. That's what's odd about it. Ever since they started singing the song of "It's transitory," we're still triple what it is when they just started talking that strange story. It went up almost tenfold. It was up not just 3 times more. It was up 8 times, or almost 9 times more. No, 8 times more. It was almost 8 times more. 7 times more. Okay, 7.5 times more. Yeah, that's about right. About 7.5 times more, and now inflation is about 3 times more. Right around there. So, ever since they started saying it's transitory, it went all the way up almost 7 times greater, a little more than 7 times greater, 7.5 times greater. And then all of a sudden, now that it's down to 3.5 times greater, Oh yeah, no problem. It's going in the right direction. Let's cut rates. Or better yet, can you hear me? You hear the sound? Let me just hear. Oh, I hear me because I can hear me. So things are working. Hello. Hey, Robin, can you hear me? Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Yeah. Oh, okay. Good. Good. Yeah. Like I said, the internet has gone up and down a couple times today. Since I started around 4 in the morning, and it was just bumped like 2 minutes before the webinar. It got a little bumpy again, or 3 minutes before it got bumpy again. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes here. So anyway, let's get over to the euro. Let's take a look at that euro and see what the euro is up to at this point. And let's see. Let's see, where is it at? There is the euro right there. And there's the euro right there. You see it's off a little bit this morning. There's a little strength in the dollar, and nothing major out of it. And we're in a weekly buy, and it's not letting go. So that's good. The beta, basically in the same situation. I'm sure it's trying to dip down a little bit in the futures contract. We'll see that in a few seconds right there. And there it is right there. Dipping down just a tad. You can see that. Still the daily very firm. The weekly very firm. All good, So, and then from there, we slide away to the British pound, which has been really strong. You can see it there. It's just a little bit more up. And you can see it over, let's see, the 6B. We'll find the 6B in a few seconds here on the futures contract right there. And there's the 6B, same way. Look at that, just not letting go. It's hungry to keep on climbing. So let's see, that's 29th today, yeah. So, it's looking very good. Very, very good. The cable. And the daily has been longer buy than on our old platform, and the weekly's been in a buy about a week ahead of it. So it just keeps on moving in that direction. We keep on seeing that strength, and we kind of doubt that it'll do anything more than just keep on doing that strength. That's the way we see it. So from there, we look at it and we think, okay, cable that way. Then we go and look at like Euro GBP, and you can see that's been moving down just softly right there. And let's put it up on there. You can see that right there, just softly moving down. So as long as it keeps on trying to move down like that, I would say that we're going to see that same type of strength in the cable versus the other, the euro. So, and then from there, we go over to, where is it at? We go over to, there it is. We go to the Swiss, and there's the Swiss. We'll put the Swiss up on the J4X. Right there. There. Yep. See that? Yeah, it's just the same way with that, slow, steady burn down. And it's been nice to see it try to keep on trading in that fashion. I'm always happy to see the Swiss strong. It makes me feel like the world economy is somewhere heading back to norm. We've been pretty disappointed with the action that we've seen over the the last couple months, I guess you could say. It's not a couple months, the last 14, 15 months, ever since Credit Suisse got in trouble. That really was a big disappointment to me. I really just felt like, oh man, really? It really made me feel like, when the Federal Reserve is basically doing swaps with the Federal Bank of Switzerland itself to help out things like Credit Suisse, it's like, oh geez, all we're asking for is normality again. Just a little normality, just a little, not a lot, but some. Give us some normality. And sure enough, we're getting closer and warmer to it. So that's good. That is good. And so that's where we stand at this point. So from there, what do we got? We've got. We'll come up with that in a few seconds. Let's go over to the yen. Let's put the yen up on J4X. Let's see. There we are, like that. Oh, there we go. We got Janos this morning. Yo, Janos. Any on GDP? Not particular. Let me think. We're thinking that GDP is going to start to back off going into the new year. Also, giving you a little warning, I've been having problems with the internet. Every minute is a good thing. The internet went down for a while. But I'm thinking the GDP, what's that? By looking at Dukascopy's trade open position volume, looks like they expect a surprise to the upside. That would make sense. And then I'm thinking that it's going to pop up to go down. That's usually the way markets work. They pop up to go down. And so I think this could be the last of the, let's put it this way. I think it'll be under what they were expecting, but still be good. I think that's what it comes down to. And the expectation has been, remember it's been dropping. The Richmond Federal Reserve we've talked about here all the time. They're the ones that do the prediction of the GDP. Each of the Federal Reserve districts has their strong point, weak point. Philadelphia is like manufacturing and business and loans, and it encompasses, the whole East Coast and the rest of the country. But, and then they put out that beige book, and the Richmond Federal Reserve is GDP, and I'm trying to remember what the Minnesota one does. It has its portfolio. I forget what it is. I think it's housing starts, so forth and so on. So what we're really seeing here is that we're seeing the strength and everything that's going on. Basically, I expect to see a good GDP, but not as strong as some are anticipating. And then I really believe we're going to start to see January, February GDP. The Federal Reserve of Richmond is predicting 1%. So that's going to be that's pretty wild. Going from we went from like 5 and change somewhere along the line to that. And so that. I guess somewhere along the line it'll be around the inflation area, a little lower than the inflation area. That's what I'm thinking. But I think that they could be a little surprised, not a lot of surprise. But I'm thinking what the Fed Reserve from Richmond is saying, as they're saying they're looking for the weakness too. So that's what the problem really comes down to. Let me see. What else can we say about any of that? At this point, we're kind of just, money managers are totally psyched, and they think that they're going to drop rates. I mean, they're totally convinced by it. They're excited about it. They don't have any other opinion about it, but that's all they keep on saying over and over again. They're going to drop the rates. They're going to drop the rates. As I take a sip of my first tea during the webinar. There we go. So, and let me know if you're not hearing me. Chat into the chat line or something, because, like I said, my internet is acting very strange here today. It was down for 45 minutes about an hour and a half ago, and then it came back up, and now it's fine. And then all of a sudden, right before the webinar, like 3 or 4 minutes beforehand, I started having problems again. So let me know. I don't know if this webinar is going to get cut short or not from whatever's going on out on the street there somewhere. All right, now from there, let's go over to the yen. And there's the yen on our platform. You can see it's trying to lift up, 3 days in a sell. The pressure is on. It's not letting go. It just keeps on, doing that push and shove and push and shove. Let me think, what else can we say about that? Let's put it up. Oh, yeah, we have it up on J4X. You can see that right there. And then from there, we go over to the big experiment. Let's go see what the big experiment is. All I can say about the yen is that so you can see it here. We're in a second week of a weekly sell. 3 days in a daily sell. The pressure is on. It doesn't seem to want to let go. That's for sure. And it's been doing that for a while now. That same old action. Just kind of pressing down like that, and until it stops, it won't. That's pretty much where it comes down to. So from there, we jump over to. Let's see, where do we go to? Let's go to the Great Experiment. Let's see what they're doing with the Great Experiment. And there it is, Euro Turkish Lira, right there. Euro Turkish Lira. And you can see there, playing around with more all-time highs again. Closing all-time highs day in and day out. Okay, now it's back. It's made a high from yesterday over. Yesterday's high is 88. I'm sorry, today's high is 31.88. And it's just underneath all-time closing highs because yesterday's closing high was 80, almost 81, and we are at 77. So we're 4 ticks off of all-time closing highs. So it's like, okay, it's that is the action we see. That's the action we're going to get. That's exactly where it stands at this point. So from there, we shoot over to the South African Rand. Boy, we're moving fast this morning too. At the same time, I'm nervous that the internet's going to go down. That's why. And so the South African Rand. Where is it at? There's the South African Rand, dollar Rand, as you can see right there. And it is right there. And let's see, let's put this up over here. And then put up over in here. And, oh no, we want it right there. So let's put it up there like so. And there's the South African Rand. And you can see it's been moving back down, which means it's getting strength. It's picking it up. That's what it comes down to. We're starting to see that, that strength with the metals. The metals are not letting go. Let's give you a quick peek at the metals complex. And as you can see right there, there is gold. And gold is, moving up, and we're not in a weekly sell there. And now, when we go over to, where's gold at? So we can find the gold on here. Gold will be around here somewhere. And so there is the gold. You see that weekly sell was the original one we were worried about is there. Now, all of a sudden, our system has thrown the weekly buy in last week. It went into a weekly buy last week. So we have to work on finding out why the code did that. And, it could be just literally data. That's what it literally could be. Nothing more than that, but data. That's exactly it. So, the way we look at it is that, it's the data feed. And that's how we have to look at it. When the data feed does that, that's what the data feed does. And there is no looking back, no changing directions. It's just, it is what it is. Now we can see silver. Where's silver at? There's silver. And so you can see right there, silver looking very strong on the beta. Let's get that up on the beta. There it is right there. Silver looking very strong on the beta, a little choppy. And then we go over to silver right there. And that is where it's at. You can see on the other platform right there, that's where it's at. The silver is lifting at the same time. So that is how it all plays out. That's exactly how it all plays out. I see.